Hello and greetings to all you citizens out there and potential citizens. Uh, this is Sergeant Donut, and I just wanted to make a little video talking a little bit about the 1.3 PTU hangar experience. Um, Notice a little glitch here, well, very large glitch here with my Retaliator. I also wanted to talk about one of the new features. Well, deal with the Retaliator first because it seems to break sometimes by accident, just by tooling around in the hangar, and also sometimes you start messing with it. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit. It's not really a huge deal. I'm sure that the development team and QA has already run into this quite a bit. I just figured I'd make it for an informative and kind of entertaining little thing here. So you can see that the VTOL thrusters, just first thing that I noticed was the VTOL thrusters here. Um, Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. They come in and out of shot depending on what angle you're looking at it from and everything. Um, Now I'm sure that um, all these glitches and bugs involved in the Retaliator are directly related to the fact that they're kind of in between versions right now. They're working on it, making it flight ready, and all that good stuff. And they have the current hangar version, which has some bugs of its own, like you can fall through the torpedo doors if you go in there. You can't get in all of the turret seats. Um, it doesn't have the functionality on the inside as far as like you can't access engineering panels or certain things that you saw that you could do in like the Gamescom demo, um, as well as the things that you should be able to do with the ship when the 2.0 alpha launches. So um, next thing after we talked about the VTOL thrusters, we come over here and open it up and go inside. Um, I do like the ramp now. It's not just some flimsy little rail that comes out. You can maybe put a little hand truck up here and take a little bit of cargo up if you wanted to, which is kind of cool. And it just seems more like something that you would have on a ship like this as opposed to um, a little dinky handrail. Um, so then from here we can see that there's like, okay, here's the docking collar that I believe this is one of the ones they showed during the Gamescom demo. Um, you can open it up, pretty neat. Obviously the functionality there is pretty important for the PU when it comes out. Another thing I noticed though is that several of these areas still have the damage state active as if it were derelict and you came in and had to start up the power and everything. You get some sparks flying around here and stuff. Obviously that's not the way it's going to be when you're normally flying it around. If it is, you need to hire a new engineer or take it to a different mechanic or something. Let's go towards the back here. Oh, doors. Oh yes, the doors shut on their own now after a couple seconds, so you don't have to worry about leaving them open or whatever. It's quite a bit more realistic in that. I think it makes it a little more immersive, and I appreciate that. So let's go into the little engineering section here. It's cool. You can activate the engineering panel and look at its blinking light with no texture there. That's unfortunate, but we'll see that soon. I can't wait. Pretty excited. So nothing else new here. We can get into, I believe, all of the turrets now. I know the back ones you can get into. Something I thought that was really cool was during the Gamescom demo, they had these panels that the crew members came through and activated, turned power back on, turned gravity back on, got stuff working again, whatever. So you can actually interact with this now. Obviously, the textures and meshes are as if it were closed, so it's not quite working the way it should, and it doesn't do anything, but still pretty cool. Uh, so we will be able to access that. I just like to see all this stuff coming together, even though they've got these red textures on here and whatnot. You know, whatever. It's happening, and I'm stoked. Another panel over here that you can access, just the same way as before. Stick your hands through the wall because you're a ghost, I guess. I'm gonna move along here. Another turret over here, so yeah, we can access the turret. The reason I'm not accessing the turrets right now is because I want to get up to the one in the front and make sure that you can do the ones on. Whoa, nope, never mind. It decided to break before I got a chance to do that. So here, let me get out of here and I'll give you guys a look at what's going on outside the ship. Okay, so there's a cockpit. I'm not sure what it's doing there. I might be stuck. So what's happening here actually is that the interior modules, the different sections of it, like the what CIG is actually calling the modules, like the torpedo rooms, and the different sections which make up the rest of the interior, such as the interlocking hallways and these different rooms and whatnot, they are staying in place. And the exterior model and textures are like starting to rotate and flip around, and we're stuck because of that. I can't get out. I haven't had this happen before. Usually I can get out once it starts screwing up. Oh, maybe we can get out this. There we go. Just jump out that portion where that lower turret's supposed to be. And so then, yeah, that's... if my Retaliator starts doing that in flight, I'm gonna be pretty out of luck, I guess. Hope I can hold my breath, or I've already got my EVA suit on. So another neat thing with this now is the ship seems to have lost its mass, and I'm not exactly sure how the physical proportions and like mass works in the hangar module. I know obviously for Arena Commander and what they're coming up with soon with the 2.0 alpha, that has an importance of, you know, size and mass equally, and gravity and center of gravity and all that. But in the hangar module, I'm not sure if it actually has any of that, but I do know if you run into it with the Grey Cat, which for some reason I can't get into right now. Okay, maybe I'm broken. Let me see. Gonna look normal. Well, I guess this demonstration isn't going to happen if I can't get in the Grey Cat. Maybe I can push it around on foot. Well, anyway, earlier I was, because I've reproduced this glitch a couple times, just to make sure. But earlier I was able to get in the Grey Cat and run into these little landing gear here and push the model around inside the hangar from one side to the other, and that was fun to do for about 5 or 10 minutes. I don't know why I spent so much time doing that. It was just simple pleasures for simple minds, I guess, right? Oh, okay. So I think the assets on the Grey Cat are not working right now either. So that's spectacular. Or maybe I can't get in there because I'm in my super fat suit. All right. So anyway, since we're over here, I figured we'd take a look at this little look at the customization of loadouts and character models and stuff that you can choose from. Obviously we can't switch character models and we can't customize our character yet, but it's headed in the right direction. I think the models look pretty neat. I think the armor looks pretty neat, and it seems functional for each class type or loadout type, however you want to look at it. This looks like definitely something a UE pilot would wear, and this maybe more so something a Marine would wear. And you go on up to the heavy right there. That's a big boy, and I like the way that they look. Particularly, I like this heavy. This one looks a little bit mean. The outlaw or pirate heavy armor looks pretty nasty, a little intimidating and whatnot, but I still think he looks a bit fat. Like maybe this guy needs to go on a diet. Obviously these guys aren't going to be running around top speed. Their stamina is going to be lower, but they'll take some damage, so maybe looks aren't important when you're trying to save your life. Um, but yeah, I really like the Outlaw medium and the Outlaw light armor. I think if I was flying around in a single seater or a tight cramped spaceship, this is what I'd be wearing right there. Uh, looks like he's got some blue jeans on even, so that's cool. So yeah, nothing else special there. More features to come, I'm sure. Yeah. So, yeah, that was that. And if I can't get in the Grey Cat, maybe I'll edit in some footage from me pushing it around earlier. Um, so now, with everything being reworked, that's where all these glitches and whatnot come into play and get everybody for 2.0. Um, for instance, here's my Gladius, and it's already a finished ship. There's nothing else that needs to be done to it. Damage mapping, modeling, everything's already well tested and works just fine. So this ship works fine. Nothing happens here. Run into it with the buggy, nothing happens. Get in and out like normal. No big deal. Oh, one more thing that I will mention while I'm in the hangar module. You can see up in the top right corner there, I've got my FPS going, my FPS counter, and it is crap. Now, I am not on very high settings. I'm just on high, running at 1080p. And, I have a pretty decent gaming computer. I am not sure if this is just because of the betas, or not the beta, the 1.3 PTU is having issues with optimization there, or if it's more related to this Retaliator issue. I'm not sure. But you can see they've been sitting like right at 30 FPS, and I've got an entirely custom-built water-cooled system. Every single component is overclocked, at least mildly. I've got a AMD FX 9590 processor, 2 GTX 780 Poseidon Platinum video cards. 16 gigabytes RAM, and there's definitely no excuse for 30 FPS. So, I'm not complaining about that, obviously. But if anybody was wondering about the weird frame counter in the top right, then I would have to say that is unexplainable at the moment for me. But yeah, I guess that's about all I got for my hangar module video for the 1.3 PTU. Thought I'd share a little bit of that with you, and I'll leave you with some of the Grey Cat pushing around the Retaliator footage here. And this is my first video for Star Citizen. I've been thinking about doing this for a long time. So if you guys like it, just want to hear me running my mouth or look at my stupid ship some more, go ahead and like it. Let me know in the comments if you think it's stupid. Let me know too, and I'll probably still make more videos just because I'm having a good time doing this. Yeah, feedback would be great. Oh, one more thing, as long as I'm in this video. Another thing that I'm curious about, I got rid of my Connie recently. I just found it redundant, and I melted it so I could get some other stuff that I wanted. So I got rid of my Connie recently, and I know the Connie's going to be coming up in the same iteration of release of 2.0 as Retaliator is, so I'm excited and curious to know if anybody else is seeing any weird issues and glitches like this in the 1.3 PTU. I mean, obviously it's not going to happen in the current stable hangar module, but and if you did, go ahead and comment about it or leave a link to your video so maybe I could take a look at that and we can share that with anybody else that's seeing this. But yeah, thanks guys for watching, and again, this has been Sergeant Donut, and I will see you in the verse. Deuces.